Okay, hey YouTube, me again. To finish what I was saying before about karma and trials and stuff, there's a lot of people that are older in this life who have done a lot of shady, evil stuff when they were younger, so karma's coming back on them because they were doing wrong and they never made it right. So people are saying, oh, this person don't deserve this, that person don't deserve that. You don't know that because you didn't know that person when they were younger or the stuff they were doing while they were younger. Like I said before, the spirits seen what they did as they got older. That's why what's coming back to them is coming back to them. You were not around to see them when they were in their youth doing all kinds of evil and wickedness and nastiness to people. Them spirits were. So them spirits are exacting on a person what they did to other people. Because they've seen it and they know what that person deserves. You're just saying that because you're seeing that person old and beat down and tired now, but you don't know what they did in their youth to cause all that to happen to them. There are some people, like I said before, who have a good spirit. Unfortunately, things were done to them and they never got over it, so what it caused them to do is become like aggressively evil and violent to people. The reason it may not come back to them is because it was done to them by somebody else and nobody taught them how to deal with it. If there's someone who's always trying to do evil because it was done to them, and then there's someone who's just doing evil because they like the feeling of control and making other people fear them. So that's why if you see something happen to somebody, you can't be so quick to say that person didn't deserve that or that person didn't, that was so evil or that was so wrong. Why is this person going through this? You did not see them when they were younger. You don't know what they did to cause that to themselves. You don't know, so you can't say that. And to say the spirit is wrong for what it's doing, again, you were not there when it happened, so you don't know. You really don't know. Other thing, like I said too, there's people in this world that are born into somebody else's confusion, so there's a lot of the time where a person is born into someone else's bad decisions and they're suffering because of what that person did wrong and did not fix. I know I've been doing that for years. Like, this is what people don't understand. Everyone is born of a different genealogy. Some people come from God, some people come from the devil. There's people with ancestries and bloodlines and all types of gene pools. Some people's were good, some people's were evil. So people are born and probably mixed into different genetics. And unfortunately, whatever crosses that genetic bear, and that person may not have been meant to be born to that situation, but unfortunately they were allowed to so they could see what it's like to be in that situation so they understand. Okay, so this is what this is like, so maybe if I fix this or do that, it can better it. Unfortunately, it's harder to do that because you're so trapped into it that you get tired of dealing with it, you just leave it. I know I did it. So it's like sometimes it's not even always a person being evil because bad stuff happens to them. I mean, bad stuff happens to everybody, but there's certain people it just won't stop happening to. And that's because there's some people that just never should have met, but because of free will standards and a lesson they did. And when I say free will standards and a lesson, God probably didn't want the two people to meet that procreated the baby that was made, but he also didn't stop it because there was a lesson and a reason, something that needed to be done. Because unfortunately, until humans learn how to deal with shit properly, God's gonna have to shake the foundation of society by allowing someone to be taken off Earth. That means a lot to people to get other people to do right, or allow someone to be born so deep into the abyss of hell on Earth that they get so tired of it, move out, and hopefully they use their experience to better humanity or become a insane individual and just wreak havoc on all the people that hurt them plus the people that didn't. Because once their psyche is broken, or their center, or the third eye, or whatever you call it, they'll become evil. Trust me, it happens all the time. People who are good see too much evil, or a lot of evil is done to them and it turns them evil. So that's why I'm saying a lot of the time you can't always say what a person does deserve, what a person does not deserve, because you don't know whether it's karma or it's a trial. But again, gonna tell you, you know it's karma when it happens because you did something to cause it. It's a trial when it just happens randomly. And trust me, you can tell the difference because you can always tell when someone did something to deserve it because their reaction is way worse than the situation. They'll be crying and bitching about it a lot. Like, I ain't deserve it, I ain't deserve it. And then they try to deny the fact that they actually deserve it when they know they do. The person who is the trial, they're not going to understand, like, wait, what's going on? What just happened? Their reaction will be a little less severe. But the person who knows they did something to deserve it, their reaction is going to be way more erratic because they know they did something that caused that. And the other thing, the fact that women ain't teaching in the church or whatever, that should have already happened a long time ago. That was in the teachings of Yahshua. That should have been done. But because the church is so sexist, they don't want women running nothing because they know if women run stuff, instead of women trying to prove who got the bigger dick, women are going to be more focused on the children and the emotion and helping people get along and trying to find peace with stuff. Guys, all we try to do is prove whose dick is bigger and who got more power. That's usually why women should be running shit, not men. Because women, they think emotionally, men think off of testosterone, which makes them do a lot of dumb shit. Like, all these wars we had over the years is because we had too many damn male presidents. If we would have had a woman, a lot of this shit wouldn't happen. Why? Because women would be thinking more about what if the kids suffer, what if the family suffers, what's the point of going to war if everybody gonna die? Ain't shit gonna get solved. We're gonna have to keep going to war to keep the shit that we're going to war to keep. We're sending people to war who may not come back, and if they do, they might be half crippled or one half of their brain might be missing or a leg. Anything that may go wrong, a woman's gonna usually think about it before she just does it. And a dude just gonna act to prove he's a man. Like, oh, I can start wars. I can do what I want. Women don't just think before they act. Men just do shit. That's why women should have been in charge a long fucking time ago. Now, I'm not saying all of them, because some women got their little crafty ass ways of getting shit done the wrong way, but a good majority of women should already been running shit. Especially the church, because the church in general is fucked up because of men running it. Men don't want to hear shit. Men want to prove whose dick is bigger. Men want to prove they're superior. Men want to prove I can do what I want. All this kind of shit. That's why the church is fucked up. And to say that the situation that literally men shouldn't be running shit. Like nothing. Like literally not a goddamn thing. Because if it ain't been proven over the years, men fuck a lot of shit up. Seriously. Too busy acting off your fucking testosterone and not think about how what you do is going to affect the next person. Women should be running a lot of shit. A lot of shit. But because of men and their stereotypical bullshit, I'm a dude, so trust me, I know I just don't do it. I see it a lot. Whole lot. Guys want to tell women, you don't know shit, shut up. Tell a child, you don't know nothing, shut up. I'm the leader, I'm the head, you don't do shit unless I tell you. That's some slavery shit. Kind of thought we was out that slavery shit. I guess we're not. Guess everyone has their own depiction of, oh, slavery is just when you put someone on a cotton field and you whip them and you deprive them of all their rights as a human. You change their name and you force them to believe in a religion. No, that's not, no. Slavery has to do with any time you try to run someone else's life and take all their damn choices away. That's what the fuck slavery is. You make somebody else feel like they're less than you. You make someone else feel like their humanity don't matter. Their words, all their emotions and shit don't matter. That's what the fuck slavery is. You degrade somebody so bad they feel like they ain't got no worth. That's the point of slavery. And people are like, oh, well, they had chains on slaves. Well, to put it to you this way, The slaves in the 1600s had physical chains. The ones now got mental chains. And if you don't know what I mean, if it holds you back and it holds you down, it keeps you from succeeding, that's a goddamn chain. If it makes your life hell and it's hard for you to let it go, that's a fucking chain. Anything that makes it hard for you to move on from something is a goddamn chain. Too many of them, and the biggest places chains exist is in the goddamn church. Because the biggest chain that Christians carry is the cross. And the first thing they want to say when they fuck up, well, I'm human. But when a sinner fucks up, oh, they're going to hell. It's a fucking chain. Y'all use Christianity as an excuse to fuck up. And then y'all want to say, oh, God will forgive me. He'll only forgive you if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. If you can't help it because of a scar, it's something that you can't help because you're scarred so bad it's hard to get over it. He's not gonna forgive you if you knew what the fuck you were doing and did this shit on purpose and never made it right. That's where you're not gonna be forgiven, because you knew what the fuck you were doing and you were conscious. Not emotionally fucked up in the head. You weren't angry. Nobody hurt you. Nobody did shit to you. You fucked someone over because you felt like it and didn't give a fuck. That's not getting forgiven at all. Not happening. No way, shape, or form is that shit happening. Next point. How I learned about the whole karma thing and how you shouldn't be telling the spirits what people do and don't deserve is my family. I learned this shit the hard way. Unfortunately, I had to, because if I didn't, I'd still be feeling bad for people that do not fucking deserve it. Like, for a prime example, my mom. She lied and said her brother molested her. I heard this for so long, I was like, oh, damn, Mom, I'm sorry to hear that. Is that first? Like, yeah, when we was younger, he did that. He made me feel like I didn't matter, and my mom ain't even do nothing about it. And she kept replaying the same story. And you know, the wheel of fortune keeps spinning on people, so just remember, the evil you say or do in the past will catch up with your ass in the present and it'll fuck your future. Just remember that. Anyway, after so long of me hearing this shit, I finally got to ask my grandma what happened, and she told me the stuff my mom said was a goddamn lie. I was like, well, shit, ain't that some stuff? All the stuff I asked my grandma about my family is a lie. Everybody just made up stuff about her because they're mad because she was a good mom and they messed up and they did evil and they did wrong. So instead of them just taking up for it, they lied on her about it. And then a lot of that came back to them. My dad. Oh, my back and my knee hurt. I ain't got no wife. I'm single, I'm lonely, and nobody cares. I spun so long feeling bad about that. Like, oh, he don't deserve that. She ain't deserve that. Come to find out, his back hurts because he was squatting 1,000 pounds a night. Did that to himself. His knees hurt because he was doing the same thing. Did that to himself. And he took steroids. And he was doing massive drugs. And he was partying. And he was drinking a lot. And having sex with a lot of loose women. And he's single because he cheated on both his wives. And he did so much stuff in his youth that it came back to haunt this nigga, and he's 73 now. And my mom, air quote, my dad, air quote, is 58. My mom's 58, my dad's 73. They was both out there doing all types of evil shit. Didn't think it was going to come back on them, but it did. And he's one of them deadbeat ass parents that tries to come back to his child's life after so many years of missing the fuck out. Tries to do some good shit and then wants you to respect him after that, which that's not how that shit work. If you're going to be a parent, be full-time. If you're not, then just stay the fuck away. Because honestly, after a certain age, your child's mind gets to a point where they don't even need your ass no more. I know, I've been there, done it. Niggas try to sneak into your life at the last moment, try to do some good shit, and try to make it like, oh, I tried. Then this dumb nigga gonna say, well, I did. He gonna say some dumb shit like, I was there when it counted. My nigga, from the time that nut turns into sperm, sperm, embryo, fetus, baby, toddler, child, preteen, kid, teenager, young adult, old head, middle age, old, elderly, senior citizen, then die. Until you get to your grave, you're a damn parent. If you didn't want the responsibility, you shouldn't have busted a nut in the chick. That's your damn fault. You did it. Deal with that shit. Be grown about it. Stop being little ass biatch who want to make some shit, then not be there to raise it. Then when they get to a certain age, where well, dad gonna try to be there, or mom gonna try to be there now. And the crazy part is, my mom was there and she still fucked shit up. My dad wasn't there and he still fucked up, trying to be there fucking up while he was fucking up. What I mean is, instead of him just being a man and raising his children like he should have, he chose to do other shit. Then he wants to wait till we all get older and then he wants to try to come in our life then. But then everybody was too damn grown, didn't care about his old ass. And here's the crazy shit. The nigga didn't come around until he was like in his early 50s. Really. And he raised none of his kids, and his oldest child is 51. Next is 34. He didn't raise none of us. Nobody. But the point of the matter is, whatever you ain't do right in your past, karma's gonna make sure that shit comes to bite you right in your ass. And it's gonna catch up with you to your present and your future. So please don't think it won't. Cause it will. And I've been dealing with so much shit in life, I've seen it firsthand. It's not a game. So if people think, oh, that person don't deserve this, oh, that person don't deserve that, I thought that shit for a mighty long time. Then I come to find out a lot of the shit that my parents was bitching about, they did to themselves. Like a lot of the shit they was complaining about, they did it to themselves. Whole lot of shit. That's why I say, in your youth, you look real innocent but up to no good. But when you get older, you look all innocent. That's why it's hard for people to tell if the shit you go through, do you deserve it or no? That's why it's kind of crazy to me whenever I see an old person going through a lot of hell. It's hard to tell whether or not they deserve it or somebody did some fucked up shit to them and they didn't get over it. Hard. So, yeah. And was there anything? Oh, yeah. And the question to the church, because this needs to be asked, why can't there be any like gay or bisexual or lesbian teachers or pastors in the church? Because y'all say that's a sin. But the last time I checked, when Jesus was down here, he hung amongst everybody except the church, because y'all the only niggas who rejected him. So why can't y'all have any gay or lesbian or bisexual teachers or pastors, man or woman, in the church? Explain that shit. Because y'all say it's a sin. Well, question, if it's a fucking sin, 99% of the shit y'all do in the church is a goddamn sin. So how is that any worse? Seriously, how? Y'all hate each other, y'all ridicule each other, y'all steal off each other, y'all talk about each other, y'all have sex with each other's spouses. Let's keep it real. Y'all steal money using the damn Bible. You got images of shit in the church that ain't even supposed to be there. You're not even supposed to be going to church on a Saturday. On a Sunday, you're supposed to do that shit on a Saturday. So explain to me how having a gay or a bisexual pastor would be wrong if they have a good heart and they want to see shit get done. Explain that. I'm just kind of curious. Or can we put a white pastor in a black church? A black pastor in a white church? Why can't kids speak? Why women can't speak in the pulpit? Explain this stuff. I'm just curious. Usually a woman can't speak because, what is it? Oh, well, when she's on her cycle, she's not clean. Do you know how much shit men do behind that pulpit that's not clean? Come on now, man. Let's not talk about these popes and these little boys that be sucking them off. Come on now, let's not do it. Or these pastors that be smashing women behind closed doors, or men, or children, whatever, but y'all still let them behind the damn pulpit. But a woman can't stand up there because it's unclean when she's on her cycle. Really? Is this what we gonna do here? Really? Okay. It's fucked up, but... And another thing, y'all also say that Okay, the church is God's bride, right? It means you're married to him spiritually. But you're also his children. But you're also married to him. Don't that sound a little fucking weird that you're his bride, you're his children, you're married to him, but you say being gay is a sin, but God's married to the church and there's men in the church, so that means he's marrying guys. You say being a pedophile is a sin, but there's children in the damn church, so that means he's marrying kids. You say homosexuality ain't cool and being gay is wrong. Then it's funny, I went to my friend's temple a long time ago. And the funny shit, he told me the same shit happens in his temple. Like this one lady, I guess she says she's married to Allah. I'm like, oh wait a minute. Hold on. So first you just said that God can't have children, but a human can be married to him. How the fuck does that make any sense? So God can't have, and this is in the Muslim religion, God can't have no son or daughter because it takes him off his might, but a human can be married to him. What kind of stupid shit is that? You see why people don't fuck with religion? Because y'all don't make no fucking sense. First you say God has no children. Then you say you're married to him. How does that shit make any sense? How? Explain that shit. I'm just curious. I'm very curious. And then y'all say y'all waiting for y'all prophets or whatever to come back. Well, newsflash, they ain't worried about y'all niggas. If you older motherfuckers ain't made it in the kingdom by now, they ain't worried about you niggas. They just ain't worried about you. Buddha ain't coming back. Confucius ain't coming back. Muhammad ain't coming back. Moses ain't coming back. Joshua, Jesus, Noble Drew Allah. Ain't none of them niggas coming back. None of them. Because to be honest, all y'all fail them anyway. None of y'all really study this shit they teach. Y'all just read it and y'all keep it moving. Because to be honest with you, if you're really a spiritual person, you don't need to read a fucking book. You just go off your instinct. God gave you a thing called common sense to know what's right and what the fuck is wrong. And then to y'all so-called spiritual teacher motherfucking people, just so you understand a couple things. Jesus never wore suits or ties. Jesus never taught in the goddamn building. Jesus never accepted money to teach people. Jesus never looked down on nobody. Jesus never hated nobody. Jesus never needed a damn book to teach nothing. Jesus went off the spirit of what he felt the Father telling him. You niggas need a book. What's fucking wrong there? I'm just saying. Y'all claim y'all so interconnected with God. Why do you need a fucking book? Why do you need it? Obviously you're not if you need the fucking book to teach some shit. Obviously you're not. But anywho, I'm gonna save this shit and yeah.